Hi friends, this week's video is a little bit different because I want to play a little bit of a challenge game with you. And so what you're going to need to do is, it's like a little bit of a puzzle. So you're going to have to pause when I say pause, because you're going to have to try to figure something out. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be building an acronym. That's the challenge, to figure out what the acronym is. And so I don't know if you've ever heard that word acronym before, but an acronym is a word that is made up of the initials of other words. So you take the first initial, the first letter of each word in your acronym, and it spells out another word. And we make an acronym to help us to remember something. So if you remember in the fall, we worked on goal setting and we talked about SMART goals. And SMART was an acronym to help us to remember the different parts of the goal that the goal needed to have to be successful. So SMART stood for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-based. And if you could remember any of that from months ago when we did it, with all the other things that are going on in your brain, that's an acronym that helped you. Because if we didn't have SMART as our acronym to kind of pull all that together, it would be a lot harder to remember. So that is why we have acronyms and how acronyms are helpful. So we're going to do a little puzzle, actually a couple little puzzles, to try to figure out what this acronym is. And we're going to do that because it's kind of fun to do a puzzle, and also because doing the puzzle will help you to remember a whole lot better than if I just said, this is the acronym. And it should be a lot more fun. So if you look here, there are 6 pairs of words, and the words are paired in colors. And you'll notice that the 2 words of each color start with the same letter. So we can probably tell what letters are going to be in our acronym, but what words is our acronym trying to pull together? So you're going to look at these pairs of words and you're going to figure out which are the 6 words. And how you're going to do that is you're going to look and see if you took one word of each color, which would it be? Because if you, what do some of the words have in common? So see if you can figure out which are the 6 that are the words that are in our acronym, and which are the 6 that don't belong. So you can pause this right now if you need to, and see if you can figure out which are the 6 words that belong as part of our acronym, one of each color. So we're going to choose the 6 words. So when we look at these pairs, if we can take away tangle and dinosaur and apples and hamster and left and eat. And we are left with 6 words. And what do these 6 words have in common? All of them are feelings that we might have. And they're not positive feelings: tired, embarrassed, disappointed, lonely, angry, hungry. These are not pleasant feelings. So we're going to see if we can make an acronym out of them to help us remember these 6 particulars. So remember, an acronym is made up of the letters. So we're taking the first letter in each of these words. So those are our 6 letters that we're working with. So here they are. That is not a word. But if we started moving these letters around, well, that's 2 words. It's not 1 word. So we're going to keep moving them. And this is another puzzle. So if you want to pause this right here, and copy down these 6 letters and see if you can come up with what 1 word we can make with these 6 letters using all 6 that's an actual word. Let's see if you can do it. Okay, we're back. Now our acronym actually starts with an H. A, and then the L, T, E, D spells halted. And halted means to stop. So if we have halted, we have stopped. Rather than give a definition, I'm going to give an example. And we could use any example, but this is the example that we're going to use. So let's imagine that it's morning, it's time to get up, your alarm goes off, and you're waking up from, you actually had a really nice dream, and you're waking up from this pleasant dream, and you got a good night's sleep, and it's time to get ready for school. How would we feel? Like if we were going to put that on the mood meter, let's think about how we might feel. So we've got a few different emojis here. I just woke up, but I'm feeling pretty rested, and I just had a pleasant dream. So I think I'm going to go with this one. And yeah, I just woke up. So on the scale of, I'm feeling pleasant. On the scale of energy, I'm not super energetic yet. I'm feeling pretty calm and peaceful. I'm going to put myself right in the middle of the green on the mood meter. And now it's time for me to go get my stuff to get ready for I have a Zoom to get to. But somebody moved my stuff. Somebody at my house moved my stuff. It's not where I put it. What is that going to do to my mood? Now, on the scale of problems, somebody moved my stuff. If we're going to think about like how big a problem could be, somebody moved my stuff is maybe could be a small problem because it's got to be somewhere. It didn't evaporate, it didn't disappear, so it's got to be somewhere. So it's probably not a huge problem. It's probably kind of a small problem. It's a little bit of a bother, so it might affect my pleasantness a little bit, but I can probably find my stuff. Depending on how quickly I can find my stuff, it might change my mood a little bit. It'll certainly, shift my pleasantness over a little bit, and it could even change my mood a little bit. So, having something like that happen could affect my mood. Now, let's consider the same scenario. It's time to get up. My alarm is going off, but I did not get a good night's sleep. I could not fall asleep last night. I woke up. I couldn't get back to sleep. Maybe I had a bad dream. It just wasn't a good night, and the alarm goes off. Ugh, how am I feeling? Let's take a look at that on the mood meter. So this one isn't how I'm going to be feeling now. Maybe this one. I'm tired. I am not happy the alarm went off. I have very low energy, and I'm not feeling too pleasant because I just, it's not that I don't want to go to school. I'm just so tired and I don't want to get up. Now, I get up, make myself get up, and I maybe get some breakfast, or maybe I'm not able to find something, and that's not going to help. But I'm going to get my stuff because I have a Zoom to get to, and somebody moved my stuff. Now, we already said that's not a humongous problem on the scale of problems, but here I am on the mood meter. I was, when I got a good night's sleep and I was having a pleasant dream, I was over here. But now I'm tired. Remember, halted has a T for tired. I'm tired. And now I have this problem that's not a humongous problem, but somebody moved my stuff and I can't find it, and I'm not able to really think too well because I'm really tired. And what is that going to do with my mood? It might get me, maybe not this mad, but it might make me mad. And now I've got some energy, but it's not pleasant energy. And it's sending me up into the red because it's not a big problem, but it sure feels like a big problem because I'm tired. And let's say I can't find my stuff, and maybe I even missed the Zoom, and there was something fun that was going to happen, and I missed it. Wow, that might even send me way out there, when really none of this is the biggest problem in the world. But when we are feeling tired or lonely or angry or disappointed or embarrassed, little problems can feel like big problems because we're kind of piling on. So when we're having some kind of a problem where maybe we're getting mad, angry, maybe we feel like we want to cry about something that really isn't something that we would feel like crying about normally, it's time to start thinking about what else is going on. Because in our example, not being able to find our stuff really wasn't the biggest deal in the world. We already said that was kind of a small problem. But when we start piling stuff on, we have a big reaction. So when our reaction to something is not matching the size of whatever the problem is, the size of the problem is kind of small, but our reaction is kind of big, that's when we can use halted. We can remember that acronym and think, well, what is really going on here? Because really, if the problem is I didn't get enough sleep, maybe I could take a nap. If the problem was really I should have had breakfast and now I'm hangry, I'm cranky, and I could have a snack, or I could get a drink of water, and I'm going to feel a whole lot better, and I'm going to be able to manage myself. Because most of us, if we could pick, would prefer to be, somewhere over here in the pleasant, because it feels a whole lot better. So in order to help ourselves, we need to look at, well, what is really going on? And so is what halted helps us do. And using that acronym is an easy way to remember all of that. So I hope you found this helpful.